I watched this pretty good video about Deadpool and shit, but it was also getting on the topic of when you describe yourself or how people describe themselves, and that's a pretty good it's a pretty good thing to really be stuck upon because you get asked a question like how do you describe yourself, and it's not even something that's so easy to come up with on the spot because then it takes a while for you to have to think about. Well, I guess for some people that can straight up think right away, like how they can like say something like, "Yeah, I'm a blah 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 selfish person" or whatever the fuck. But then you have to think that if having a quick answer to those kind of things is a good idea or is just really like a good answer to be proud of, because it isn't. Because think about this: if anybody thinks about how much they if anybody gets a straight answer of like how they can describe themselves easily in like a sentence or less, it's pretty shallow. It's makes them just one dimensional, and well, there's really no such thing as a one dimensional person, or at least you could probably prove me wrong. There are probably people that just only think of one thing altogether, which, yeah, I guess that's pretty much possible with the way there are disabilities and other psychosis shit, like with serial killers. But then again, those people can think of many other things too. And wow, what a wicked ass sentence to have to compare that and then the people that actually are in trouble. But whatever. It isn't like at least easily common for anybody to really be shallow. So now the question is, and well, then what's the point on such a question of having to describe yourself? And yeah, there shouldn't be a point to it because it's like you're not really supposed to describe yourself at all. You're supposed to really just embrace the idea of like, you know, you have a vague idea of yourself and that's it, because it doesn't matter. It's inconsistent. You do things, you constantly change on opinions, or you learn new things, and that means you learn different things about yourself that you can't understand, but only by your actions is how you just get the idea, like, oh yeah, me doing this is how I'm feeling, or like right now compared to how I felt 2 hours ago, or how I will feel like the next hour or three, if anything. So everybody has a different way of, I guess they become like a different person altogether within each passing day, so it's just how it is. You are always going to be different. And there is yeah, but when it comes to personality, I guess that's also one thing. Like, I guess that's pretty easy to tell where, you have a personality that is always kind of like there. Like, you can just be that shy guy or that angry guy or whatever. But then again, those things can always completely change by your actions. They only seem like they're there forever if you truly like say that that's how you describe yourself. Because then again, that's where we get to the whole describing yourself part again, where when you really are confident in the way you believe and how you act, then it will just not change. You only change it by just thinking about how you're not that person, because then you can always like be somebody else within the future or within the present day. You could challenge yourself to really not be that shy or angry or violent person, because if you truly believe that you're exactly that person, well, then what's the point of like changing it if that's how you believe it? Therefore you don't change, and therefore you don't like get out of this belief that you are this person. You just chose to be stuck as this person. So then what of it anyway? Do you just go on with life, accepting that no matter what you do, you'll always be this person? Or will you just go on with life and just not bother defining yourself? Just focus on making as many choices as you want that really make your life either more interesting to yourself or just more impactful within how it affects others. Good or bad, There's always that. And I just wondered, like, exactly how hard it is to do so. And yeah, it is a pretty hard thing to do because it's like you can't really commit to so many ideas that easily without getting tired at times. And there's always a thing about being overwhelmed by your own past and your own future. A lot of people sure love to predict the future, and there surely are a lot of like theories about dark futures within a lot of people that gets them more interested in talking about anything good. And it always makes me wonder, like, why should people bother with shit like that, where it's like, it'll only matter if it's your own future, but not like a future that everybody's a part in, because you don't know that. Everything changes within time. Everything's unpredictable, but you can, even if you want to make these predictions, it doesn't really make sense for there to be a definitive or like very reasonably right answer, because it's all going to be constantly changing. It's all going to be different because each person is different about how they handle things. Sure, nobody's unique in like how they think or how their struggles are like. But like when it comes to like how people reinvent certain ideas or like how they contribute in like bringing in new things to this world, it's just how different it can be. It's, well, that's what makes predicting the future so damn fucking hard. You don't know what's going to happen within one person's certain actions that will cause the entire line of community to really shine into a whole unexpected light, a flow, a sort of different future that maybe you never really thought of. Maybe it'll probably be similar to what others have said, but it won't be the same. It won't have those exact factors that the other person had to predict to make this true, because that would be too all planned out, too coordinated, I meant to say. And yeah, just not everything goes to plan either, because you have to really be so lucky for things to go to just to fall in line, for things to drop into their triple digits of the same fucking number. That's like how you predict the future, by assuming that everything can fall into coordination, but they don't. So just like how it is with describing yourself, you can't really know unless you really want to not change your state of yourself. And if you want to predict like a future where things just don't work out, and how people can just be stuck inside machines in billions of fucking years, or how much people use the earth's resources within like a time when the sun might go out, it's, well, so fucking what? It's like we don't know exactly with how things are going to be handled. I mean, I kind of already have my own theories about like, in case the sun goes out, we can just follow the list of like the planets that we have already listed in like NASA, about like planets that are exactly like the Earth or whatever, to move in, out, or whatever the shit. Whatever, like how advanced space travel becomes, or something that not a lot of people are even prioritizing these days anyway. But it's kind of funny that that's something I can't really predict with how advanced it could be in like a few years or even more. Or just maybe would it be possible that if we would decide to move out, or we won't do it in time, despite the fact that there's a lot of time for this to happen? Because it won't, because the sun ain't gonna blow out like anytime soon. That shit's gonna like happen like way beyond our depths. For anybody that's watching this video at this current date of May 26, yeah, May 26, 2025. So it's just like, you can't just really be paranoid about these things. It's a fucking waste of time to really be scared of like doomsday clocks, or fucking AI affecting the future, or how people are dependent and content and maybe too comfortable with technology. And it's like, I don't care, because yeah, sure, that's how it is within our present day, but we don't still know about the complete answer to the future, or the answer to ourselves. I mean, if you really want an answer to yourself, then yeah, sure, simply don't change. Simply follow like the policy that you're this person, and see if it makes you happy or miserable. Be my guest. You can always change.